This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some major update to share with you. President Biden just made his announcement about the gas tax holiday. I'll play you the video clip of what he says, give you the Republican perspective on that. Also, Joe Manchin saying that the Build Back Better is gone. I'll play you a video clip of that as well. And 44% of economists say that a recession is going to happen. Meanwhile, the White House is saying, don't say the R word. And when it comes to the big question, are we going to get stimulus checks if a recession happens? We'll cover that as well. When it comes to stimulus, $500 monthly checks applications are open now. $1,000 checks being pushed by another governor, and then there's also $200 checks, and I'll give you some other more important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Thursday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below, and I'm giving $200 to my subscribers. I will be picking the winners today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today, Thursday the 23rd, you still have a few more hours left if you want to sign up and potentially win those $200 checks. So details of how you get signed up down in the description below. Let's get into it. So economists see 44% chance of a recession in the next year, according to a Washington Journal survey. So a lot of talk, a lot of headlines are coming out about recession, saying that it is going to happen, saying that the highest probability for a recession the next year since the newspaper began asking the question in 2005. So things are heating up, but on the other hand, on the other side of it, the R word, how the White House has framed recession risks. Basically, a lot of economists and other CEOs, executives saying that a recession is inevitable and it is going to happen. Meanwhile, the White House and the Biden administration saying that it is not a definite, it is not definitely going to happen, it is not inevitable. So I guess doing everything they can to say that it's not going to happen, saying obviously we will continue to monitor any concerns we have about where things are headed. So I don't know. Do you think there's going to be a recession? Let me know your thoughts on that. Also, Elizabeth Warren to Fed Chair Jerome Powell, don't drive this economy off a cliff. Elizabeth Warren saying that there are warning signs, but also saying that Jerome Powell has the power to make things worse by raising the interest rates. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. But probably the biggest question out of all of it is how likely are stimulus checks to be used in the next recession, economists weigh in. So if there is a recession, will we get a stimulus check? That's probably what you care about the most. So stimulus checks were used at a larger scale during the pandemic era recession than ever before. Why Americans could see the payments again in the next downturn. So nearly 4 in 5 voters were in support of direct payments to American families, and Democrats and Republicans alike rallied behind the policy, an increasingly rare sight in Washington. So at one point, there were Republicans and Democrats who both voted for those first round of $1,200 stimulus checks because everything was looking so bad. If we get to a point where things are looking so bad, could that happen again? Basically, what it's saying here is in economic downturns, the U.S. government has a number of levers to pull to keep family spending family spending and shielded from the most dire situations. So basically, to go on, this article is saying it could be, depends how bad it gets for stimulus checks to happen again. But in terms of relief coming from the government, Biden calls on Congress to suspend the gas tax. Here's what that means for prices at the pump. So federal gas tax 18 cents per gallon for regular, and then 24 cents per gallon for diesel. In yesterday's video, I came across an article saying that it won't directly be 18 cents per gallon, but actually 14 cents. Anyways, take a look at what President Biden has to say about that.
What I'm proposing is suspending the federal gas tax without affecting the Highway Trust Fund. And here's how we do that. With the tax revenues up this year, and our deficit down over $1.6 trillion this year alone, we'll still be able to fix our highways and bring down prices of gas. We can do both at the same time. By suspending the 18-cent gas tax, federal gas tax, for the next 90 days, we can bring down the price of gas and give families just a little bit of relief. I call on the companies to pass this along, every penny of this 18 cents reduction, to the consumers. There's no time now for profiteering. There are a number of other proposals by Democrats in the House and the Senate, and I hope my call for action can help move those proposals forward as well. But we can also cut gas prices even more in another way. That's why the second action I'm taking is calling on states to either suspend the state gas tax as well, or find other ways to deliver some relief. State gas taxes average 30 cents per gallon. Already, some states have acted. In Connecticut and New York, the governors have temporarily suspended their gas tax as well. In Illinois and Colorado, governors delayed theirs to give families a bit more breathing room as well. In Minnesota, Governor Walz proposes using state budget surpluses to give households a rebate that will help them pay for gas at the pump or other essential needs. I'm calling on more states and local governments to take actions like these. Thanks to our historic economic recovery, which fortified state budgets that had been hurt in the pandemic, states are now in a strong position to be able to afford to take some of these actions.
What are your thoughts? Good idea, bad idea? I asked you and a bunch of my other subscribers in yesterday's video if you thought it was a good idea or bad idea, this gas tax holiday. Most of you saying it helps, but it's not enough, that there should be more done. You prefer checks instead of a certain amount of cents, or 14 to 18 cents per gallon. So although the official amount is 18 cents, some economists are saying that it's not going to directly translate penny to penny 18 cents per gallon. That's why I keep saying 14 or 18. There's different articles. But the Biden economic advisor says Build Back Better is smart economic policy right now. So switching over to Build Back Better, is it still alive? That's the thing. So we don't know if it is definitely going to happen or not. So take a look at this video clip right here of Joe Manchin saying that the Build Back Better is gone, although there could be something else happening behind the scenes. Take a look at this, plus some criticism on the gas tax holiday.
It's good. Senator Joe Manchin says Build Back Better is gone. Roll that tape.
We're not going to spend any more money, I can assure you that. We've spent enough. We're $30.5 trillion of debt. We've got to get our debt under control. If you want to get inflation under control, control your debt.
Are you and Leader Schumer still talking about Build Back Better?
I talk to everybody.
You talk to everybody, but specifically about Build Back Better?
No Build Back Better, it's gone.
All right.
Ah, did you hear that? There's no Build Back Better, it's gone. Jason Chaffetz with me now. You heard the senator. Build Back Better, gone. Do you believe it?
Yeah, I think the senator is right on that. But let's be careful here. There are other bills that are in the mix that spend billions and billions of dollars. And what never enters the discussion, Stuart, is where are we going to cut? What are we going to cut in other places? How come there isn't something? Are you telling me out of the trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars that there isn't somewhere that we can actually cut some spending, Senator? That's what's missing in this equation.
You'll never, ever see spending cuts from this administration. That is just my opinion, but I think they've got a track record of increasing spending. Let's move on. President Biden calls for a 3-month suspension of the federal gas tax. Former President Obama called that a gimmick. What do you make of it?
President Obama was right on it. It is a total gimmick. It is not meant to do anything other than be able to have a talking point. It doesn't solve the underlying problem. And shame on Joe Biden to suggest to Chevron or anybody else out there in the marketplace that refining capacity is just something they can flip a switch on and make happen. They have absolutely no clue how the industry actually works. And instead of having I call it Operation Lightning Strike, do something like Trump did to bring back a vaccine. Biden doesn't actually want to solve this problem. Tapping into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, doing the gas tax holiday, those do nothing to actually solve the underlying problem of being able to produce more and be energy independent.
So two major topics covered there. So Joe Manchin saying that the Build Back Better is gone, which in essence is true, right? The actual Build Back Better package, what was it, like $2 trillion at one point? That is probably gone. It's renamed, or the core of it is probably stripped and gone. But the Democrats are probably going to pass something, any type of spending bill, just to say that they did something before the midterm election. So is the Build Back Better gone? Most likely yes. Is something still in the works between Schumer and Manchin? Most likely yes. So what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the guest tax holiday. So yeah, some criticism there. You know, guest tax holiday is going to be taken away, but then it's going to have to be added back in. And it's not as much, I think, as Americans would want. But let me know your thoughts on that, on the criticism. So next, let's talk about some stimulus here. Americans can start applying for $500 monthly direct payments now. See the deadline exact date. So this is going on in Madison, Wisconsin, and families could get a $500 monthly check, and there will be no restrictions on what selected households can do it with the money. Families could start applying on July 3rd. So if you live in Madison, Wisconsin, you could start applying for these $500 monthly checks on July 3rd. And then also Waltz, who is the governor, says $1,000 rebate checks wouldn't have federal tax hit. GOP opposes them. So I guess this is the third round. The Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota, third round, talking about these rebate checks. So I spoke about it yesterday again, and saying that $2,000 per family, $1,000 per individual, as the governor tries to address high inflation. So I guess Democrats and the governor trying to propose these $1,000 and $2,000 checks, but the GOP is opposing those there. So not going to happen yet there. And then proposed stimulus program in Onondaga County would give some senior households $200. So this is a county in New York. I definitely said that wrong, but basically we give eligible senior households a one-time stimulus check of $200 to help out with economic recovery. So that's just in one county, but seeing this almost on a daily basis, different counties and states pushing or having different stimulus programs. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you one thing that you should do. When you want to do something, you have the power to do whatever you want. Unless, one thing, you believe in yourself. That's the only trick. So that's all I wanted to tell you for today. Bye. This is the Bella.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your time and support. Don't forget, I will be picking the winners today, June 23rd at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the $200 check. So you still have some time if you're watching this before 5 p.m. to sign up, and make sure you go check out that video, which will be published. I will publish it, make sure, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see if you won or not. Details down in the description below. And if you want to check out my latest video on my Wise Buys channel, you could click up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.